Hi and welcome to day 21 of my Inktober Tangles 2024 challenge. I am Lisa of Wee Crafty Crow and today's tangle is called Maggie May and it was deconstructed by Dolly Bolan, who is a Certified Zentangle Teacher. Now I've been doing these tangles so far on bijou tiles which are 2 inches squared, but this tangle I thought might just fit a bit better on a bigger tile. I didn't think I was going to do it much justice on the smaller tile. So I might not take up the full space of this, but just you can fit the full tangle in this size of a tile, which is 3.5 inches squared. So I'm starting with an orb, as you'll see here, which I'm going to order a couple of times. And then I'm going to add 6 petal shapes from the outside circle. So by no means is this perfect at all. You can see some of the petals are closer to each other, some have spaces between them. That doesn't matter. It's all going to look really nice once it's finished. So I'm going to do inside here, I'm going to aura those outside lines of the petal. Just remembering that at home when you're doing this, it's important to be as comfortable as you can. So rotate your tile if that helps you. I'm just trying to minimise the amount of times that I turn the whole tile on camera. So once we've done that, we're going to aura in the spaces here and add a little edge here. So it's almost like a triangular shape. Well, it is a triangular shape, but it's not a perfectly straight triangle, as you'll see. And you'll notice as well that my triangle here is quite a bit smaller than this one. Again, it does not matter. This is a tangle that I'm especially looking forward to working on or playing with once I'm finished doing this challenge, because I've been trying to keep this challenge fairly basic in terms of not doing colour and all that kind of thing, but I think this one, the tangle step outs, if you look them up, they're so colourful, so there's a lot of scope for using colouring pencils, pastel pencils, using watercolour. It could be a lot of fun, but I'm just keeping it quite basic for this tutorial. So we've gone round here with that circle and we're now going to add a triangle that's back to back with that one. And then once we've done that, we're going to aura around the whole shape. Wait a minute, are we doing that? Yes, we're going to aura around this whole shape. You see how this is starting to become quite a full tangle? And I could have done all the steps in a bijou tile, but I wouldn't have been able to fit the full thing in. So I feel as a tutorial goes, if this is the first time that you're seeing this tangle, I just didn't feel it would do it justice because it's such a lovely tangle to do. So once we've done that, in the spaces here, we're going to put a line. And then create 2 little triangles. And we'll also put a petal shape around each of these. And the final step is to aura the petal shape that we have just done. So there we have the simplest form of Maggie May, which I think you'll agree looks really nice. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add, if you've seen any of my channel before, you might have seen that I quite like to do an enhancer or a filler where I'm just filling squares alternately with black and white. Well, not white, but inked and uninked spaces. So I'm just going to do that around these outside ones. This particular step isn't in the original step out. It's just something I'm adding just now. It changes the look of that quite dramatically, I think, once you start adding that ink. So that's pretty much where we are for that stage of this tangle. And then when it comes to these triangles around the outsides, I'm going to have, I think this is in the original tangle step out, where half of the triangle is dark and then the other half is either whether it's a different colour of pencil or if it's a white chalk pastel pencil. I quite like that effect. So I'm just going around the edges, just filling these triangles in. And then I think what I'm going to do in here is I'm going to add some lines into that outer circle. And then ink in this centre. So I think now I'm done with, actually I'm going to add another wee bit in here in the middle of this original petal, just ink in a little bit. This is what I mean when I say that there's so many different variations that you can do. You can easily do the exact same tile time after time after time and get different results just because you choose to fill things in differently, add ink different places. So it's always kind of a new look that you get at the end of it all. So now I'm going to come in, I might very well go back and add some more ink afterwards, but just now I'm happy with that. So I'm going to come in with my graphite pencil and I'm putting graphite, sorry, just around the edges of that flower shape in the middle. And I'm going to put some graphite around this centre orb shape as well. And in here. And the inside of those outside petals. Oops, going into the different petal shape there, that doesn't matter. So yeah, I think that's actually not too much of a mistake. I might have gone in there anyway with my graphite. Okay, so I'm going to smooth out that graphite and then have a look at it once I've done that to see what I think about my next steps. Whether I add more ink or where I might add more graphite. I'm already thinking that I might add some graphite along this line here. In fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put it so that it's on the top bit of that circle and the outside of that circular shape. So now I'm going to add a little bit of pastel pencil in these opposite triangles on the outsides, and I'm going to add some graphite into this outside edge here. A bit of the pastel pencil in these bits. And then I might just leave the pastel pencil as it is on the outside sections, but the bits where I've got pastel pencil and graphite in the same area, I'm just going to smooth that out just a little bit more. And I think one last thing that I'm going to do is to put some pastel pencil in that outside petal. It's always quite a nice effect doing that, I think. So that is Maggie May, basically by Dolly Bolin. That's it, the way that I'm going to be finishing it today. There are so many variations. As I've said, you could just do a different section in the middle altogether. You don't have to necessarily have 3 orbs inside of one another. You could have one big orb. You could do different filler patterns here. You could shade it differently. I just think this is full of possibility. It's a really fun tangle, so I'm going to be playing with this one a lot more. But for now, that is me. So hopefully I'll see you for day 22. If you've been enjoying these videos, I'd love it if you could subscribe, please, or even just like my videos. That's obviously a great thing for my channel as well. I've had a few supportive comments already, and it means the world to me that people take the time to watch this and to give me feedback. And so it's great that there's a few people out there already enjoying these videos. So I'm hoping to get lots more very soon. So thanks again for watching, and I'll hopefully see you again for some more of my Inktober Tangles challenge. Bye!